Hey all, my name is Kurt and I'm here with Trenton. Welcome to SLB Basement Bourbon Bar, and I think it's going to be Trenton's most favorite video of budget-friendly whiskeys today.
I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought when you mentioned you were going to plan this that you were actually kidding.
Oh no, we have to do this. I have literally hundreds of questions about Scotch and when are we going to do another Scotch show. And that's legit. That's the truth.
I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't seen a single comment that's been asking for that.
I have.
Okay.
And messages, too.
Well, you handle some other stuff that I don't, so that makes a little sense.
Hundreds.
I will say that there is one in this lineup that I've had that I didn't hate. The other five...
All right.
Surprised me, I guess.
It's going to be good.
There's one that I'm not looking forward to. I think you know which one that might be.
The only thing that I ask of you is to have an open mind, just have an open mind, let's just have fun with it.
Name a time I haven't had an open mind before.
With Scotch, you immediately say, I hate it. That doesn't sound like an open mind to me.
Okay.
All right.
I try to, but I have yet to be thoroughly impressed to take away the hatred that I have towards it.
All right, well, here's what I'll do. Since we are doing Scotch, and I know it's not top on your list for whiskey favorites, maybe we'll follow up on Wednesday with our favorite budget rye whiskeys.
That would give me a nice break.
How about that?
Yeah.
If you'd like to see that, let us know in the comments because I know Trenton would enjoy it.
Just please no back-to-back Scotch content.
Yeah. We'll give you a little break.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. The first bottle we're going to discuss. Ready? It's Naked Malt. Now.
Malt? I thought it was grouse.
Well, that's correct. I was just going to say that. The name has been changed. It's the same juice, roughly the same bottle. The embossment here on the front, Trenton, is actually a grouse. On the new bottle, it's a barrel.
I thought that was like a guinea hen or something.
No. So, with all due fairness and honesty, my bottle does say Naked Grouse, but it's been changed and it is Naked Malt. All right. This one here, Trenton, is 86 proof, so the proof is, a little bit lower than what I like, but at least it's not 80 proof, right?
True.
That's the ones I really kind of like. It's only $32, dude.
That's
$32, and it is a blend of malts. And then you gonna be okay over there?
I burped and pop came out my nose a little bit.
Wow.
Okay.
We haven't even gotten started yet.
This is good.
Sure.
I know we mentioned, or you mentioned this in a video at some point. Did you infuse this with like apricot or some kind of fruit?
I did have one.
You did?
And that I did that with dried apricots, and it was wonderful. And I made a couple of cocktails that were fantastic with it. But this has not been infused with anything.
So it doesn't
this particular bottle.
So that's something you did after the fact.
I did.
It didn't come like that. Okay.
I did that, yeah. So this is a blended malt, Trenton, and it has a second maturation with first fill Oloroso sherry casks.
Okay.
All right.
The nose is pleasant. I will tell you that. I like that.
It's very fruity.
Apart from like the fruity, what else do you get? Like kind of walk me through, this might be helpful for the people watching, like educate me on what I should be kind of smelling or looking for in the nose on some of this stuff.
Sure.
I have no idea.
A lot of it with aromas and with taste depend on the maturation for malts. They really, really do. Now with bourbon, as we know, everything has to be matured in brand new charred American oak barrels, right? That's not the case with Scotch at all. It can be pretty much anything. So usually a lot of it's ex-bourbon. So yeah. I'm assuming the malts that they combined for the blend probably were matured in ex-bourbon, and then the second maturation of the sherry cask.
Okay.
So. But you get maltiness. You will definitely get, because everything's 100% malted barley. Well, we'll on the second one we have to kind of toe that in just a second. But when you're talking blended malt is basically a bunch of single malts blended together. So once they're blended, of course, it can't be a single malt. It's that singular. So it's blended malt. Okay, so it's going to be pretty malty. If it's anything to do with malts, you're going to get that malt flavor. And then a lot of it's going to depend on the maturation and what cask it's in.
Okay. And because of the, blended maturation, that kind of thing, even with Scotch, since they are doing used barrels. That's why the color's a little bit lighter usually, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Absolutely correct. Some may have colorant added to it. It should say right on the bottle whether it's no color added or not. This one does not specify, so I have no idea.
Not bad.
Pretty good, isn't it?
A little, like ashy there at the end, though, huh?
Really? Yeah. I don't think so. The malty is going to lend a little bit of possibly a smoky note to it. I would refer to it more of as a biscuity, malty note. But you might refer to it as a little bit of smoky. And then what I mean by that is not a peated, ashy smoke. It's a lot of dried fruits in there. There is a nice sweet malty note in there as well. There's a little bit of barrel spice at the end too that I really, really like. But for $32, it's one of my absolute favorites in that budget category.
I like biscuits, and I wish I was getting some in here because that sounds good. I haven't had dinner yet. So,
of course.
It's a bummer when you say that and I don't get it. But hey, maybe I'll get it on this next one.
We'll get it. All right, the next one, buddy. It's a compass box. All right, these guys are blenders, kind of like Burl Bourbon is to bourbon.
Okay.
They do all blending. So this one here is called Artist Blend. All right. It has whiskey in here from ex-bourbon barrels, custom French oak casks, and sherry casks. All right.
Okay.
This one is non-chill filtered, and there is no color added. Compass box is pretty legit when it comes to trying to make everything as quality driven as possible. Now I will tell you this, with this particular bottle, this one's only $35. Okay, another one that's 86 proof as well, $35, 86 proof. Roughly about 55% of this bottle is Highland single malt whiskey. The rest of it is actually Lowland grain whiskey. So there is some grain whiskey in here in this one, in the blend, which is not uncommon for blends per se to have some grain whiskey. So 55% single malt, 55% blended malt. The rest of it is grain whiskey.
It's got a...
Ooh, that nose is nice, isn't it? It's like a vanilla.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a blueberry jam with some toast and like a little bit of like a vanilla on it. Mm-hmm. I'm keeping an open mind.
Yeah.
Not something that I would drink, but it's pleasant.
All right. You're not getting it, and I can sense it on my palate as well. You're not getting that heavier malty note because let's just say roughly half of it is a grain whiskey, so it's not the malt. But right on the front label, and when I was doing a little testing on this, trying to get my own notes, I couldn't get past. They put it right on the front label: fruity, creamy, and rich. Fruity, creamy, rich. That's about what it is. It's pretty creamy. It's very fruity. It's a little bit rich in texture.
Cheesecakey kind of.
Sure.
I don't know what that tastes like because I've never had a cheesecake, but I imagine a cheesecake would be like.
Yeah, and you got to keep in mind when we're dealing with these, these type of a price point, $35.
Right.
That's a pretty nice pour.
Yeah.
It really, really is. Okay, moving on, bud. Going to Deanston Virgin Oak. Now, this is not age stated.
Okay.
It's claimed to be between 6 and 8 years old. It's aged in ex-bourbon cask, but then it's also moved over and aged in brand new American oak cask, not charred. Hence the labeling Virgin Oak. All right? So no sherry casks whatsoever in this one here. This one's about $42. Now this one jumps up in proof here. It's 92.6 proof.
Okay.
Right in that 92 proof level is where I really, really enjoy Scotch myself. That's really my wheelhouse.
A lot of these so far have gotten quite a bit of vanilla on it. Mm-hmm. And it's surprising.
There's no sherry in there, so the fruits kind of disappear a little bit. Yeah, no sherry whatsoever. No sherry cask in this. So it's going to be, a lot of it, let's say, honey notes, vanilla.
Starting to get a little smoky there for me, bro.
Is it? I can taste it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's that oakiness paired with the other flavors in it, but a little bit on the smoky side for me.
That is so good. What? That is like $42. That is really, really good stuff.
I disagree.
Now, keep in mind, this is a single malt again. So every time you've said, just kind of keep that correlation together. When you're saying smoky, we're going back to single malt.
Okay.
This one, half of it was grain whiskey. But for me, man, it is a little young, so it's just a little bit spicy, but there's some cereal notes, a little honey in there for me too as well. But, you're right on the money. I got a little bit of peaches or pears in there or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What am I on the money about?
Yeah, didn't you say vanilla? So the little lighter notes, vanilla. So what I'm saying is I got some cereal grains there, maybe a little bit, some honey, vanilla, the lighter stuff like that. A little bit of light fruit. Really, really good.
I'm doing my best to keep an open mind, I'll say. It's weird, though, because up to this point, this isn't just a single malt, right? This is blended, too.
It's a blended malt, correct.
It's reminiscent of like a Golden Graham cereal.
Okay.
Maybe not as sweet.
Perfect. Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you.
I can see that.
If I wanted that note, I'd just have the cereal.
Well,
not bad flavor, though. In all honesty, I'll say that. For a single malt. I'm usually not a single malt fan, so.
Good deal.
Now this next one.
Non-chill filtered natural color, too. I forgot to mention that, but that's...
Good job, Deanston.
They do a good job.
Do I have like a pass at any point in this video? Like
what do you think, honey? Does he get a pass in any of these? No, I guess not. Your mom said no. I didn't do this on purpose either, Trent. I want you to know that I truly picked whiskeys that I thought were, budget friendly. I really, really did do. Ardbeg Wee Beastie. Now, this one's going to get peaty. Obviously, an Ardbeg is a peated Scotch. This is where you truly get into the smoky that you're referring to, that I would refer to as smoky. These over here, I would not. But this one, yes. It's a little young. It's aged for at least 5 years. It's been aged in ex-bourbon and ex-sherry casks. Okay, and then blended together. This one here is, I think, $45, and it is 94.8 proof. So a good proof point as well. Also, non-chill filtered.
Not finished in like a barbecue barrel or anything?
Negative. No barbecue.
Barrels?
No,
okay.
They didn't pour it over campfire and strain it. No, not at all.
Honestly, when you smell this, you go, that's something that I want to try.
That smells awesome to me.
How? I want to understand. I do. I can't even, you just like put your whole honker right in the glass, and I don't know how you did that, because I can't even get 6 inches from the thing without smelling it.
It's like, see, doesn't it get better when you put it in there?
It gets worse.
Listen, one thing let me ask you, before you, you don't get much ethanol on there, though. Am I right, though? I mean,
you don't.
Okay, so it does have a smooth type of aroma to it. It's not sharp, So we'll at least get that. We'll at least get past that. But to me, it's like a beautiful ashy. It is a little bit ashy, a little bit, of a barbecue type thing going on there, but some kind of a red fruit in there too for me on the nose.
It's making my armpit itch. Red fruit?
You itch all the time.
How do you get a red fruit from that?
It's fantastic. I can't even take a sip.
It's like eating coarse black pepper. No, not.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it in a little bit. I am so glad you said black pepper, because that's one of my notes.
Is it?
There's definitely some black pepper in there. It's a little bit of some soot, a little bit of ash. It is. You can't lie about that. But it's also a little bit fudgy for me. A little bit fudgy.
Honey, fudge.
I think tears are coming out of my wife's eyes laughing at Trent right now. Would you like to try it, babe?
Heck no.
What?
I feel like...
Do you want to see if you can get some of those fudge notes that I'm getting? Kayla? My daughter's here tonight. Kayla, do you want to?
I feel like...
Okay.
I feel like...
Kayla wants to taste it.
I feel like they took a blended something and just called the chimney sweep and had them dump all the remnants of a chimney cleaning in it.
I love that. Now, Is there some other Ardbeg offerings that I would like better? Of course there is. Today we're talking about our best, my favorite budget, type of Scotch. And for $45, that's a fantastic peated offering for that kind of money. Really, really is.
No, it's not.
All right, we're going to shift gears.
Oh, please.
Yeah, we're going to shift gears. I'm really curious about how you're going to approach this one and what your thoughts are going to be. Exactly. Completely different, am I right?
I don't. Ooh.
This one's a Glencadam 10-year.
Is this newer down here?
You know what? Okay, let me just tell you something about this. This is one, Trenton, that when I first opened, I did not like it.
Okay.
It was very hot on the palate, spicy, and I just kept trying a little bit, and right now it's opened up wonderfully. And I'm glad I kept trying it because I heard some good things about it. But honestly, when I first opened it, this one's a 92 proofer, right in my wheelhouse. We're not talking 110, 120 proof at all.
And it was spicy,
it tasted
really.
Every bit of 105, 110 right out of the neck pour.
Okay.
And so it was a bit spicy. So if you get this and you think it might be a little bit spicy, just give it some time. It will tame down. It really will. This one's $50. Non-chill filtered. As you can see, it's very light.
So it's the lightest of the bunch.
It's
maybe?
Natural color. And here's the thing. It's aged exclusively in ex-bourbon barrels.
Okay.
So there's no sherry influence to give a little darker color. Yeah. And you get that sherry influence that'll give you some darker color too. So this is all ex-bourbon here. Non-chill filtered, natural color, about $52, something like that. So I'm very curious to get your thoughts on this.
I'll say I think anything coming after this is going to be phenomenal, even if I don't like it.
And I understand it because you're not even Scotch drinkers. There are some that just can't do peated.
Yeah,
it's just that's the way it is. Some love it.
I will say I get a really nice kind of a apricot, like a dried apricot kind of note, and it's sweet, maybe like a little bit of like a honey glazed apricot. Past that, maybe a little bit of the oak influence from the ex-bourbon, but it's not. It's weird though because I haven't had a ton of bourbons that have an apricot note to it. So that's interesting. I don't know if that has something to do with the climate or
very well could be.
Who knows?
Yeah,
but bad.
What I find it to be is a little acidic, but in a great way. And maybe that's briny. Maybe I'm getting some of that. But I find it to be bright and zesty. That's what I put down in my notes. Bright and zesty with a beautiful light fruit note. I love the note you came up with. On my notes last night, I put lemon with question mark because I was unsure of myself. I think you hit it on the head with that apricot, that sugary apricot note. Yeah. I think that's perfect. But I find it very bright, very zesty. A little bit of vanilla with that beautiful fruity note to it. I mean, for $52.
Is it single malt?
It's a 10-year single malt. It's a great buy.
I think for especially somebody like me who drinks or is a big fan of bourbon and rye. Excuse me. Not bad. If I wouldn't go out of my way to buy any of these, I don't think. I think what I would do is maybe utilize you and your Scotch collection already to kind of play around and see what I actually like.
Sure.
This is definitely my favorite by far, the Naked Grass, especially for the price. What did you say, $32?
Yeah, $32.
And it's blended.
Blended malt, too. So it's a great buy for $32. Really, really is.
This actually might be my second.
Yeah, I can see that.
And as a single malt, I'm surprised I'm saying that.
I was hoping you were going to like it because in my mind I thought you would. Now, do I think you're going to grab it now every time you come over? No. But, I mean, for how you deal with Scotch and in your head how you think, I'll never like Scotch, I thought you might be a little bit more inclined to that bottle than some of the others.
It's a nice pour of a single malt for $50. I've had worse that are more expensive. That just haven't, but they don't align with my palate.
Yeah,
I'll say this aligns a lot more with my palate. And at the price point, I pleasantly surprised that you chose to end it on this one and not the Ardbeg. So thanks for not ruining my palate.
I kind of went in price, so that's how it went.
Gotcha. Okay. So you weren't thinking of me.
No.
Oh
no, not today. Most all the other times I do, but not today.
Man.
Hey, that's all we got for you today, boy. We appreciate you, and I'm hoping we all learned something from here, because I certainly did, to be true. I really didn't think that I would find 5 budget-friendly scotches for $50 and under.
Really?
I thought I'd be struggling because there's a lot of them that I love, a lot of 12 years, a lot of stuff in here that I love that are about 60, 65.
Okay.
So when I was getting ready to research for the show in my head, I was thinking, boy, $60, $65 doesn't sound very budget friendly to most, or to me. So I was thrilled to come up with this lineup and really be happy with each and every one of them too. Really, I'm hoping that if you're interested in getting into a Scotch whiskey at all, other than this Ardbeg here, any of these other ones are a great starter point.
Good variety, yeah.
Really, really, it really is. So, hey, tune in Wednesday. So it'll be my turn to go, what? Ooh, what?
You like rye, get out of here. What are you talking about?
We'll come up with Trenton's budget-friendly rye whiskey list, and that ought to be a lot of fun too. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. We'll see you next time. We're right down here with Trent and I in a good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.